pipelines that are being put in homes, all of a concern to the safety and health of the individuals in the homes. I bring this to your attention because this is a health hazard. This is people's lives that are being dealt with, and it's a concern to me when I see large amounts of before pictures of our jobs where we're getting calls out and I'm seeing improper installations. Picture 2, Picture 3, and Picture 4 were all brand new water heaters within 6 months or less of being installed by supposedly professionals here in the city. I bring this to your attention because we don't have an actual specific license for the trade of plumbing. What we have is a contractor's license. Anybody that can prove insurance can get that license. And in the paperwork after the pictures, I show you what the application looks like for that contractor's license. If you'll notice at the bottom, it states any type of business that has plumbing actually specified in there. But below that, I want to draw to your attention to the actual electrician's part. And there is a requirement that the electricians prove that they have trade certifications. To get away from these hazardous things, we need education. And that education comes through the trades. And that trades is very easy to get into education on. There's apprenticeships, there's companies like mine that will actually take in new people and train them in the proper way of installing, so these things are being done safely in the home. That being said, this isn't something new that the state of Wyoming is seeing. I'm licensed in 3 other cities, and those 3 other cities all required me to have my trade license presented prior to getting an application for a contractor's license. So my plea to you as a mayor and a council is to take these things into consideration. These are individuals that are my friends, my family, people I serve that I love and care about. And when I go into their home and I see a water heater leaking poisonous gases, it really concerns me, and it needs to be stopped. Now, it's not hard for the city to implement this policy. As you can see right at the bottom, the electricians just have to fill out their information. Anybody that has this license is not even going to have a question about doing this for a contractor's permit. And this contractor's license is renewed every year. So it wouldn't be that hard to implement it right away. What about the companies that are already in process and been doing it? How hard would it be to do new renewal? I mean, obviously, some of these companies have been around for years. There's never been any issues that I've seen. It's just been in the last few years we started seeing these issues. I don't know if it's handymen going in and doing the work. I can't say. Half the time, the customer's too embarrassed to say that they paid for it when we bring it to their attention. But I wanted to bring this to your attention that other cities such as Gillette, Cheyenne, Casper, Riverton, Jackson Hole, Cody, and Little Kemmer, Wyoming are already requesting that these have trade licenses proving that they have the education to do the installations properly. I included in that folder the application process for all those cities I mentioned. I can tell you it's not that hard to do it. I've done it myself. I'm not a genius to get into this trade and to get licensed, but it is a concern when I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing it more frequently. It concerns me a little bit. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions?
I'm looking at some of these and I'm shocked at some of the venting.
Yeah, so was I.
I'm not at all a plumber or anything by any means, but I know enough to know how to vent something properly, I guess, or what I know when it's wrong.
And I would think the same, but obviously from the pictures, that's not the truth. And these are just some examples of just the water heater. Just last week, not in Rock Springs, but in Green River, we had a plumbing company actually shut somebody's heat off and said, you can't have your heat on because your water's shut down. And it was minus 26, and he was an 86-year-old man. And it's just a lack of education that's making that happen. So I did put my information on the front sleeve there, so if you have any questions or after reading through these applications, trust me, I've read through all of them. I highlighted all the plumbing parts for you so it doesn't have to go through too much. I did all the work for you. But if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Just curious, because to me, if it is just, I'm guessing this is probably just a general handyman, potentially. I would hope. It's
I
not
would hope
somebody
too.
calling himself how do you combat that, though? I mean, if somebody, my neighbor said he's going to do it for me for
Mm-hmm.
$50 or whatever, that's hard to combat against, and I don't think a license or registration is going to affect any of that. Isn't this kind of like, this seems like a great marketing opportunity for you?
This isn't going to affect my business one way or another. Obviously, I'm going to be busy with handymen doing the work,
Yeah,
as you can see from the photographs. This is more about the safety. What I'm trying to regulate here isn't so much the push out of people that want to do work, right? I'm just saying, if you want to do the work, that's fine.
Want it done right.
Just do it right, As far as combating the handyman, I don't think you're going to ever combat that, but the cities of Casper, Cheyenne, Gillette have right in there that if you're doing any type of plumbing, you have to have that plumbing license. And specific plumbing with gas, because they're really pushing towards that safety with the natural gas. So, I mean, how do you combat it? I don't know. The best thing to do is you protect yourself, you protect the industry in itself by saying, hey, you got to have that requirement of training and education prior to doing the work. If you protect the city, protect other plumbing industry, I'm here to help them, but I'm also here to help the citizens. That's my biggest concern. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to speak? Okay, seeing none, that brings us to officer and staff reports. We have a mid-year abstract statement. Council, do you have any questions or comments?
Yeah, just.
Then I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? Hearing none, motion carries. Which brings us forward to our council committee and board reports. We have the meeting minutes from the December 15th meeting of the Joint Powers Telecom Board and the December 19th meeting minutes from the Joint Powers Combined Communications Board. Any thoughts? Okay.
I'll move to approve.
Thank you.
Minutes for both
Is there a
meetings.
second?
Second.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay. That takes us to bills and claims for February 7th, 2023. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to approve the bills and claims for February 7th, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Any abstaining?
I abstain.
Thank you, Councilman. The motion carries. That brings us to salaries for January 23rd, 2023. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to approve the salaries for January 23rd, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
I also abstain.
Thank you, Councilman. And that takes us to new business. The first is a request for transfer of a restaurant liquor license by Vallartas. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve that request.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay, motion carries. The next item is a request from the Engineering Operations and Public Services Department for permission to bid the 2023 concrete replacement, Phase 1, 2023 overlay, 2023 crack sealing, Phase 1, and the 2023 weed mitigation projects. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
move to approve this request.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Hearing none, motion carries. Our third item of new business is the request from Engineering Operations and Public Services Department for permission to extend the 2022 uniforms contract with Alsco for a period of 1 year. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to approve this request.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Our fourth item of new business is a request from the Engineering Operations and Public Services Department for permission to extend the 2022 fuel contract with Homax Oil Sales, Inc. for a period of 1 year. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
move to approve this request.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Proceed.
Any reason that it hasn't been competitively bid?
Your Honor, we have provisions in the contract that it can be extended, both the uniforms, and the fuel contract up to a total of 3 years. This contract, really, you're not bidding the actual fuel price because that's set by the rack price. And taxes are set by the state. So really, it's just the small amount per gallon overhead. Like I indicated to the mayor, I'm surprised they wanted to extend both of these contracts just because of the cost of doing business going up, and we were happy that they were going to extend it because I believe that if we did rebid it, our costs would be higher. But this is the last year for both of them. This will be the third year, and then they will be out to bid next year.
Matt, make sure we've got that line item. This is going up. Anyone else? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you for the question and the explanation. Our fifth item of new business is a request from the fire department for permission to purchase a standby generator with grant funding in the amount of $51,915.74. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
move to approve this request.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries. Our next item of new business is a request from the fire department for permission to apply for a fiscal year 2023 Assistance to Firefighters Grant to purchase fitness equipment for the fire stations in the amount of $38,000. Is there a motion? Yes. Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Our seventh item of new business is a request from the fire department for permission to apply for a fiscal year 2023 Assistance to Firefighters Grant to provide mental and emotional health and wellness support for the fire department in the amount of $18,000. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries. Our next item of business is a request from the fire department for permission to apply for a fiscal year 2023 Assistance to Firefighters Grant to purchase a new fire apparatus in the amount of $912,000. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstaining? The motion carries. Our next item of new business is a request from the fire department for permission to apply for an fiscal year 2023 Assistance to Firefighters Grant to purchase nozzle and hose equipment in the amount of $31,895. Is there?
Move to approve, and Chief, I want to thank you with your laundry list of grants. It's great you're looking out for additional funding in that to help pay for some of this stuff that we do need for our departments. And I know other departments are looking out for that as well, but I know just due to your list this week, it's quite extensive. So thank you.
Yeah. It's a happy list. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, sir. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Hearing none, the motion carries. Our 10th item of new business is a request from the Urban Renewal Agency to adjust rental fees at the Broadway Theater and Bunning Hall. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to approve this request.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay, the motion carries. Our 11th item of new business is a request from the Rock Springs Historical Museum and the Urban Renewal Agency for permission to apply for a grant from the Wyoming Cultural Trust Fund to assist with creation and placement for the Chinese Massacre Monument in the amount of $25,000. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
move to approve this request.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries. Our next item of new business is a request from the Broadway Theater and Urban Renewal Agency for permission to apply for a grant from the Wyoming Cultural Trust Fund to assist with stage lighting system upgrades for the Broadway Theater in the amount of $8,000. Is there a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Our next item of new business is a request from the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board for permission to memorialize the Courtyard Bridge at the White Mountain Golf Course. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
move to approve this request.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Our final item of new business is a request from the Rock Springs Chamber of Commerce for Park and Street usage on June 3rd, 2023 for a food truck vendor yard sale event, approval of the 4th of July parade route, and August 10th of 2023 usage of the park for a chamber networking barbecue. The park in question is the one by the Chamber of Commerce. Is there a motion? Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries. And this time I remembered, Matt, that you do the resolutions. You want to start us off with 2023-13?
A resolution accepting and approving an administrative services agreement with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming and authorizing and directing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said agreement on behalf of the city.
Is there a motion?
Your Honor.
Move to approve that resolution. Sorry.
Councilman?
I'll second that.
Very good. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Matt, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Counselor Demas,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Okay, takes us to 2023-14.
A resolution accepting and approving a summary of benefits and coverage and medical and dental benefit booklet from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming and authorizing and directing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming to execute said SBC approval and medical and dental benefit booklet approval on behalf of the city of Rock Springs.
Do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilman. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Matt, if we could have a roll call, please?
Counselor Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demas,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries. That takes us to 2023-15.
A resolution accepting and approving a stop-loss insurance contract from Symetra Life Insurance Company to be effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, and authorizing and directing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming to execute approval of said proposal on behalf of the city.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilman. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, if we could have a roll call, please, Matt?
Counselor Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demas,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Okay. That takes us then to 2023-16, if you would, please.
A resolution accepting and approving a lease agreement with Sweetwater RC Racers and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said lease agreement on behalf of the city.
Okay. Before I ask for a motion, I don't know if it sounds as weird to you guys as it does to me when he says Max Mickelson, mayor of Rock Springs, but it definitely is. Oh, I guess that is happening. I would look for a motion, please.
Your Honor,
Yes, Councilwoman.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-16.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Discussion. Matt, if you would, please.
Counselor Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demas,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Which carries us to 2023-17.
A resolution accepting and approving a lease between the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, the Rock Springs Urban Renewal Agency, and McCurtain Rentals, and directing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, Chad Banks as manager of the Rock Springs Urban Renewal Agency, and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of said city to execute said lease on behalf of said city.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Connor,
Yes, sir.
move to approve 2023-17.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to know what the physical address of that pocket park is.
Your Honor, Counselor Hanson, I'm not sure what the physical address is, but it's at the corner of North Front and M Street.
Okay.
That one across from the
Where the
waterfall
bathhouse used
or
to
the,
be. Okay,
that one. I'm not sure what the physical address
that's
is.
fine. I was wondering if it was there or if it was over in
Street.
Wardell Court, that grassy area in Wardell Court. Okay. Thank you.
Been a minute since we had a bathhouse in Rock Springs.
It's before your time.
Yes.
Okay, anyone else? Nope. Matt, if you will, please.
Counselor Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Which takes us forward to 2023-18, please.
A resolution accepting and approving an agreement between Bindle Staff Family Variety Arts, Inc. and the City of Rock Springs, and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk to execute said agreement on behalf of the City of Rock Springs.
Is there a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilman. Second?
Second.
I'll let you guys duke that one out. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Matt, if you would, please.
Counselor Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Which carries us forward to Resolution 2023-19.
A resolution accepting and approving an extension to professional services contract with JFC Engineers and Surveyors, a Wyoming corporation, and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the City of Rock Springs to execute said contract on behalf of said city.
Thank you, Matt. Is there a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
quick question. Paul, is this kind of like the fuel and all that? We're just extending the contract per usual? Or does this have a expiration date or any of that?
No, it does. It's not
More of an RFP?
exactly the same as the fuel and the uniforms. This is I guess we began our GIS system project back in 2010. And over the years, we initially contracted with Rocky Mountain Survey, Mr. Kent Felderman. And we've extended that or had other contracts throughout the last 13 years. In that time, I don't remember the exact date, his company was purchased by JFC. And they still provide that service. And we have current projects that are kind of in the works. Layer developments, maintenance of the GIS system, and the current contract is out of money. So to complete that and continue the development of that, we're asking for this extension.
All right, thank you. With that, I'll move.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there any other discussion?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I understand that this is a professional services contract and we don't really need to go out for bid. But personally, I'd like to see, because there are other services in town or within the county that can do this service, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, I've checked and there is not a firm that I have found within this region that can provide this service.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the city of Green River and the county have actually hired permanent employees to do this service for them. We have just never done that.
Why don't we just tell the county to do it for us?
I'm not gonna make a comment. We'll just leave it at that. They do have their own full-time staff that do that. We contract ours out. But there is not a consulting firm, in this area that does that.
Okay.
That I've found.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, with that, Matt, if you would, please.
Counselor Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yep.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Okay, so that takes us to Resolution 2023-20.
A resolution accepting and approving the organizational use agreement with the State of Wyoming, the Wyoming Secretary of State's Office, and the University of Wyoming, and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the City of Rock Springs to execute said use agreement on behalf of the City of Rock Springs.
Okay, is there a motion?
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve 2023-20.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there a second?
Second.
Very good. Any discussion? Matt, if you would, please.
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri.
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Okay. We're just banging through them. If we could have Resolution 2023-21, please.
A resolution authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the City of Rock Springs to execute an agreement for disbursement, receipt, and use of grant funds with the Sweetwater County Joint Travel and Tourism Board.
Do we have a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move to approve Resolution 2023-21.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Matt, if you will, please.
Counselor Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. And that takes us to our final resolution of the evening, 2023-22, if you will, please.
A resolution authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the City of Rock Springs to execute an agreement for disbursement, receipt, and use of grant funds with the Sweetwater County Joint Travel and Tourism Board.
Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilman?
I'll move to approve 2023-22, and these last two are just a good example of what Janessa was talking about earlier, and the funds and how they're used to promote events that come to our city, so.
Absolutely. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, sir. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Matt, if you will, please.
Counselor Pedri? Yes. Zadi,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Okay, that concludes our business. I do want to say thank you to the council and the staff for getting a little bit more discussion and providing that information for anybody who might be watching. I think that's a good practice that hopefully we'll do a little bit more of as we go forward. So with that, unless anybody else has anything, we're adjourned. Thank you.